Hi Gareth, so I found this swing which is a little bit of a better angle than the one that you sent me. So from setup is good, I wouldn't change anything here. In terms of if we go to P2, perfect here at 3 when shaft lead arms parallel to the ground, shaft point inside of the ball. Up to the top, still looking good, and this is where it starts to break down a little bit for me now. So I'd like to see you in a position where you stop here. Okay, so the shaft's just pointing slightly to the left of the target. Balance point of the golf club, which is here on the head, is now nicely behind the butt of the club. As you go further, it's really just your arms kind of extending. Your spine actually stays really nice. As you go longer now, you can see the club just starts to sneak. I wouldn't call it across the line, but it does now move. Obviously your arm's hiding it, but the head of the golf club, or the balance point now, is in front of those hands. Okay. So it's just going to make it harder for you on the initial downswing. So as you keep loads of depth in your lead arm, so your lead arm really just pulls the golf club down. So when you get into a position where your lead arm parallel to the ground now, the angle of the shaft is pointing inside of the ball, and quite significantly inside of the ball as well. There's virtually no players on tour that I know that do that, maybe two, okay. Phil Mickelson being one, but even that's changing. So this is then for me what causes you your issues. So as you carry on in the downswing now, what you have to do is you have to shift your hand path away from your body in this direction in order to keep the head or the balance point behind the hands. And the problem with that is now you're into the dangerous game of squaring it up with the hands, and rate of closure issues and rolling of the wrist, and you can really see that is a huge, you could call it save with the hands, to get that club face back square onto the ball. So obviously you said hooks and big blocks to the right. Obviously when your timing's on, you're okay. When the timing's off, you're going to struggle, so under pressure and stuff. So as an example, if you go down to this one first of all, so lead arm parallel to the ground on the way down, the angle of the shaft points outside of the ball. So because he's shallow enough in terms of where he is, the hand path really now does not need to be shifted in this direction. It's really just a case of him rotating his body to square the club face up. Okay, and then if you look at the sort of exit, how the hand path moves in, around and up, and obviously the blade on the club head, there's much less manipulation through the hands, and the face is staying a lot squarer to the arc, if you like. So if we put you, I mean, the one on the right and the one on the left is near as damn it pretty much the same position on the camera, and obviously you can see the difference. So where I would go with this is from here to here I wouldn't change. I would just feel up to the top, and this is the position that you're going to practice stopping in. So like we said, we're going to get the shaft more laid off. From here I'd like to then see you feeling like the head of the golf club moving more this way initially. I know you kind of don't like super technical, so what I'll do instead is I'll show you a video. There's different ways that you can do it, but again, I'm not going to bombard you with science. I'm going to show you someone. Okay, so this is a bit of old school Rory McIlroy. So again, it's not great because the camera's not fixed, not at a fixed point. But if you look where the shaft is, the first movement that the head makes is towards this circle. So he puts that initial shallowing movement in. Okay, so if you obviously it's long and it's much more of a movement down. Okay, I would want this to get a lot shallower than this at this point. Okay, and again, I'll just put some other players on there just to kind of demonstrate. When you go lead arm parallel to the ground, which is here, again, if you draw shafts on the lines, they generally point outside the line of the ball. If you can see where yours is, again, it's too steep, and all the issues come from this position. Handpath then shifts outwards. Rate of closure has to be big with the hands. Okay, so a little bit of backswing work and really just feeling it short. You're really good with your right arm. You externally rotate that really well. You've got to feel like that head moves a lot more behind you or in the direction of the arrow. So when you get to a position when you are lead arm parallel to the ground here, I would feel the shaft more in this position. What you should generally find then is you can rotate the body a lot quicker, and the arms and hands, if you like, stay more passive. That would be my thoughts in changing the swing to become more consistent.